Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today it's another tier list video. I'm hoping with no technical difficulties this will go well. So as you can see, obviously tier list as usual, not done one of these in a while. But if you look down, there's an overwhelming amount of pictures. Now that might just look like an array of things, but if you look, the one thing that they all have in common is they are train stations. And that is what the video will be about. Today I am doing a tier list of every train station that I've been to. Now, I was surprised at the amount of these. There's 46 in total. So, I mean, it's also going to be a bit of a long video, but I'm going to try and, make sure I can shorten it down a bit. I've done a few tier list videos in the past. I think quite a few of them kind of got popular, and I've been wanting to bring it back for a while. It's just I've been having a few technical difficulties, but I'm hoping this might go well. So, without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Starting off, I haven't really got like an order. I think I just typed this in from how I remembered it. So starting off with Alloa train station, there's obviously a few categories that I will like kind of base it off. I won't like base, like talk about it, but like in general, what you want as a commuter for a train station is like good facilities, like toilets and stuff, as well as things like being near to the city that it's actually for. And then also as a train spar, like me, what you want is plenty of train action. So that's kind of what I'm basing my judgments off. I mean, obviously, if it was just a commuter, they would base it just purely off as a commuter, but I'm basing it off both. So, firstly, Alloa. Well, it's obviously like one platform, literally. I mean, in terms of train action, there's nothing. It's like, I think now it's just 385s that always go to Glasgow. But there is a lot of one thing it has to offer is it's right next to the city, and I mean it's got great facilities. Like there's an Asda like quite literally next door to it, so that's got good service. Um, but it's a nice station. Not too highly ranked though. I'd probably put it D tier. Just the size. Obviously, it doesn't need to be too big to be fair, because it's a small, not a big city. But yeah, I'll put Alloa there, D tier. So next up, Stirling, great station. I think it's got a lot of good facilities to offer. Decent size. I mean, it's not like the biggest city. It's not like an Edinburgh or Glasgow, but it's a decent sized city. It's got a lot of platforms that you can obviously it takes a lot of trains. It takes trains to Edinburgh, Glasgow, and then of course stations like Aberdeen, Inverness, Dundee, and yeah, so that's a good thing about it. It's got great facilities. It's got I think a little shop and ticket offices. It's got bridges, to get across. And it's also like a crossing point for people to like get to the town centres and stuff. So I'd put Stirling in B tier. There's other big stations to come, but yeah, Stirling can go B tier. Next up, Bridge of Allan. It's another one of these stations that you get where it's just standard platforms. It's just two track. Doesn't really need to be any bigger, to be fair. Bridge of Allan's a little bit smaller than Stirling, a little bit bigger than Alloa. Uh, it doesn't have. It's got a bit of fast train action on offer, to be fair, because you get a lot of trains like HSTs and Azumas passing through during the day. 385s are usually the ones that stop, although you get like 158 sorry, and 170s. But I don't think it has too bad facilities, and it's also like quite the good location to the actual like town it's serving, Bridge of Allan. Um, but I'll put it in C tier. Definitely better than Alloa. Definitely not as good as Stirling though. Excuse me. Next up is Dunblane, not far off Bridge of Allan. Nice station. It's a bit bigger than Bridge of Allan. It's got an extra platform, and it's a terminus platform where you find 385s terminating from Edinburgh, which then obviously head back out to Edinburgh. Again, a lot of passing through trains. Same sort of stuff as the Bridge of Allan, so it's kind of the same. As for the extra platform, it kind of bumps it up a little, but I think I'm going to just put it in front of Dunblane. Sorry, Bridge of Allan for Dunblane. So C tier for Bridge of Allan and Dunblane. Next up is Perth. I might have to get my phone out at some point because I'm going to have to try and make sure I don't get confused and start talking about the wrong station. I'm pretty sure it's Perth next. I'm just going to check because I'm pretty certain it's Perth, but it is Perth, yeah. Oh no, sorry, it's Dundee, my bad. It's Dundee. So this is Dundee, my apologies. I've only been to Dundee once, I think. Yep, that was for the Dundee Railway Show last year. It's a decent station. It's not like anything. It's big, but it's not like anything really really huge. I mean, it doesn't. It's a pretty decently sized city, but it doesn't need to be like massive. Stirling's obviously bigger, and I think the city's possibly smaller than Dundee. But as for what the trains that get served through it, you get like all the Azumas again. I think the Azumas call it Dundee. I might be wrong with that. It's got good facilities, like it's got good toilets, and it's local, like very much next to the city. But it's is there anything really negative about Dundee? I don't think so. The one thing in terms of environmentally friendliness is there's no electric trains because even the Azumas run on their diesel power, and you only get HSTs, 158s, and 170s. As a train spotter, I enjoy that. As a commuter, you probably want the comfort of an electric train. I mean, if you're on an Azuma, then you're all right. But there's also Voyagers passing through here. That's an interesting thing. They serve up, I think, Dundee to like Penzance and Plymouth and stuff. Well, not Penzance, well, no Penzance, but just not, yeah. But I'd put Dundee at C tier. Yeah, ahead of both of those, I'd say, yeah. Next up is Perth. Now I've got it the right way around. I should have been able to tell. Perth is much bigger than Dundee, probably about the same size as Stirling, maybe a bit bigger. It's very grandiose. It's got like some fantastic station buildings. Um, Quite a bit of history, I think, behind the station. You get a lot of good trains coming through here as well. Sometimes you get the rail tour train stopping, which is really nice. Perth, I'd put B tier. I think I put it ahead of Stirling. Next up is Pitlochry, I believe. I'm checking again. I'm sorry. I'm having to check to make sure. I've got it in a random order, so it doesn't help. Yeah, Pitlochry. Pitlochry again, a station I've only been to once. It's two platforms. I quite like the station building. You can kind of see it in this picture. It's quite what's the word? Antique, like old looking. But Pitlochry's kind of further up, I think, towards like Aviemore. It's an alright station. It's kind of close to the town city of Pitlochry, and Pitlochry's a nice place. Facilities wise, I'm not too sure. I think it may have toilets. I might be wrong with that, but I mean it's like plenty of stuff nearby, so it doesn't need to be too bad. But I will put it in C tier. Yeah, C tier. I think this stuff's got a bit more action than Pitlochry. It doesn't really get too much like freight action. Next up is Glasgow Queen Street, a fantastic station. That picture I think does like highlights how good looking it is. I mean, it's modern. It doesn't have that like classic feel to it that Glasgow Central does, but it's like very modern and really cool. I think it's got like a nice vibe to it. It's got higher and lower platforms as well, which is a great positive. So you get the services on the lower platforms to like Balloch and Airdrie, and then you get the services on the higher platforms to destinations like Edinburgh, express service to Edinburgh, and it calls it like Falkirk and stuff, and like what else is there? Dunblane, Alloa, actually trains obviously called to Alloa, and then you get trains to like Dundee and Inverness. So it serves a variety of destinations, and I think that's the reason why I'll put it A tier. And it's obviously got great facilities, and it's like right in the heart of Glasgow. Next up is the other Glasgow station, Glasgow Central, obviously hit with a bit of a tragedy recently with the fire, so unfortunate to see that. I think Glasgow Central is the more historical of the two stations. Like Glasgow Queen Street feels more upbeat and modern, and Glasgow Central feels slower and a bit older, but it's got like a nice classic feel to it, and there's a lot of nice trains there. I feel like all the like older trains there. You got the electric 321s and 320s and 318s. You get the 380s, 385s, 156s, and not just that, but it serves a multitude of other destinations, not just like Kilmarnock and Paisley and stuff, but also like Liverpool, Manchester, even London, and it's really good to see that. And it's obviously got some fantastic facilities, like good toilets, and obviously it's got great cafes and stuff. And even the cafes feel traditional. I'm pretty sure it's got a champagne bar somewhere for like the Caledonian Sleeper, which is another benefit. Get a good sleeper service. Between these two, I think they're pretty. Oh God, where's that gone? Glasgow Central's there. Sorry, I got lost for a second. Yeah, I'll put Glasgow Central A tier. Both of those are on the same level, but I can't pick which. It just ranks them like that. So, yep. Next up is Edinburgh Waverley, jumping across to the capital. Edinburgh Waverley has a great station. It's got obviously I think it's got 20 platforms, and there's like A and B platforms as well. As well as even west platforms, like I think it's 8 west and 7 west or something. It serves a multitude of destinations. Again, you got not just like you can go to Scotland, like up towards like Aberdeen, Inverness and stuff. Down the Fife coast to like Burnt Island and Perth and Dundee. You can go along to like Tweedbank and across, and then obviously you can go all the way up to England to London. You can go to Darlington, York, Newcastle, and then even other destinations. I mean, you can get trains to Plymouth from there. And it's got fantastic facilities again. I'll put it top 3. Don't know why it's doing that. Go up there. There you go. Thank you. I think I'll just put these three on the same level. They're all fantastic stations, and I don't really want to rank any three ahead of them. Actually, I will make one change. If my mouse works, I'll put that way around, because I think I quite like Glasgow Central over Queen Street, and I feel like it serves more destinations. Next up is Haymarket, just outside of Waverley. Waverley also is like, obviously both of these are kind of in different parts of Edinburgh, which is great to see. Haymarket's smaller than Waverley, obviously by a long shot. I mean, I think it's 5 times smaller than Waverley. It's got a good passing through. It's kind of the same as Edinburgh, to be honest. It's just got less services, which probably was why I'll put it B tier. It's got some good fast trains, and it's really cool to see trains like ripping out the tunnels, which is really nice. Good facilities, and obviously it serves a different point of Edinburgh. It's just that Edinburgh Waverley is obviously bigger, and yeah, so I probably would put it above Stirling and Perth, though, just because it's serving the capital. Next up is Drem. I'm just going to quickly check. I think it's Drem. I think I've got two Drem. It's Drem. I can't remember. I've got Drem and Long Nidri and stuff. So Drem is I've been to once again for train spotting. It's a 2-platform station. It's just outside North Berwick. It's a very nice station. Only thing is that it lacks facilities again. Like, it doesn't have any toilets. I don't even think it's too near to the city itself. It's like on the outskirts. The positives of a train spotter, though, is it's got a lot of fast train action. It's got a lot of like, obviously it's got rare stopping services, though it doesn't really get served much. But it's a kind of smallish area, so it doesn't really need to be. But I will put Drem in D tier ahead of Alloa, because it's just a bit bigger and it's got a bit more action. Next up is North Berwick. Sorry, I got ahead of myself there. North Berwick, again, it's even smaller. It's just gonna go in D tier. Same, actually, yeah, same as Alloa. It's like 385s. It's one platform, but it's more close to the city. North Berwick's a beautiful place. It does lack facilities, but again, it's near the city, so it doesn't need to have too much. Next up is Long Nidri. I think that's Long Nidri. I'm checking again. It is Long Nidri indeed. Again, same line as Drem and North Berwick line. I think it doesn't have many. It doesn't have many facilities. It's going to go on the same level as these four. It's just 2 platforms again. It's got a lot of fast train action, though. Again, like the same stuff as Drem gets, though. So yeah, it's basically the same. It's kind of the same station as Drem, just serving a different place, and it's also the same sort of distance from Long Nidri, the city itself. So that's where it'll go. Next up, I'm gonna have to check again. It is Linlithgow. Linlithgow, again, I've only been to once. I didn't really train spot there too much, but I think it's got better facilities than these four. So it'll probably go C tier. It's kind of less train spotting action, though. It's like got Azumas, HSTs and stuff, but it doesn't have like too much. It gets the occasional freight train, I think, but not too much. But it's got better facilities. Like, I think there's more toilets, and it's pretty much closer to the city itself. So next up is Lookers. I believe this line, I'm not really sure what this is actually. I think it's not really Fife. I don't actually know where it is, but I don't think it's the best station. I'll probably put it E tier. I think it's next to an RAF base, yeah, RAF Lookers, and it's nice. It's kind of cool to see that, but there's no real civilization around it. Like, it's quite isolated. I don't know how far away the city itself is, or the town itself, but I've only been once, and it wasn't for that long, and it was like there's not much service to it. So for that reason, it's going to go E tier. Next up is a terminus station, a mini terminus, Tweedbank. Tweedbank doesn't really have too much. Again, it's 2 platforms at the terminus. It's pretty sure it's half an hour at least away from Tweedbank itself. And I think it's got some facilities, but I think the one time I went, they were locked, so there was no like toilets or anything. So that station's going to go E tier as well. Next up is Burnt Island. I've been to Burnt Island quite a few times. It's a beautiful place again. The station's kind of next to the docks. It's got quite a lot to offer, and like even if you go further along the park, the tracks run past the park, which is really nice. It's on the Fife Circle line, and I really like it. I mean, I drive it a lot in Train Sim World as well, so I'll put it in C tier and probably ahead of Linlithgow. So yeah. Next up is, oh god, it's either Irvine or Truden. It's one of the two. I can see them both next to each other. I'm going to check. It is Truden. I went to Truden I think twice for the model railway show. It's an alright station. It's got a little bit of facilities and it's near the town. But I didn't spend too much time there. There's not much train spotting action. It's just 380s that serve it, and I don't actually know where they go exactly, but I'll put them at D tier, and I'll probably do the same for Irvine, kind of the same sort of location. That yeah, just not too much there. Just check the next up is Paisley Canal. One platform terminus again, same as Alloa. Not too much excitement. I'll put it there. And D tier again. D tier's filling up. Paisley Canal it's next to the town again, which is a nice positive. But I think it gets served by 320s as well. I think possibly 380s, which is nice. I went on a 320 when I went there. That was for the Paisley Model Railway Show. But yeah, it's kind of quiet. Next up is... oh god, that looks like Longniddry. I will check. It is Slateford. Of course it's Slateford. Slateford's a nice station again. Two platforms, but it gets a lot of good, decent fast train action. Trains aren't usually going very fast because they're approaching a turn, which is all like towards Edinburgh Waverley. It's got a bit of freight action. It's next to Slateford Depot, which is very cool. Like you get stuff running in, like slow freight trains. You can have a proper look at them. Yeah, I think Slateford's a good station. It's next to some facilities as well. You got like an Asda next door to it, like a McDonald's as well. So yeah, I'll put Slateford in C tier. Next up is Lockerbie. Yeah, Lockerbie, because this is the last Scottish station I've been to. I love Lockerbie. I really, really like it. I went in April. And I think I must have gone. I think I've gone twice or once. I think it was once. Really, really good train spotting station. A lot of fast train action. A lot of freight action. A lot of rail tour action. Next to the town is like. I mean, I was able to go to a cafe and still run all the way back and get a Class 66. So I highly recommend visiting if you're a train spotter and a commuter. It leads you straight to Carlisle. It's only half an hour outside. You can catch trains to Liverpool and Manchester, and you can catch trains all the way back to Edinburgh and I think even Glasgow. So I would put Lockerbie in B tier. I think actually, and I will put it in B tier. Right, now we're moving on to the English stations. There's quite a few. I think there's more Scottish than English though. I think there's 46 stations in total. So I think it might be split evenly actually. So we're starting off with Carlisle. I think it actually must be the bordering station of England, like the furthest north station in England. Got a lot to offer. Like that picture is obviously not of the platforms, but it's huge. I think it's got 8 or 9. It's got a couple of terminus platforms, a couple of flowing platforms, and it's got run through tracks where freight trains and stuff can go. It's a good place for like driver change and stuff. It's a great train spotting destination. I've been 2 or 3 times next to Carlisle, and it's like I think stuff's in like walking distance. And I really like Carlisle, and I'd love to visit it again, so I'll put it in A tier. Why is it in there? There, A tier, yep. Next up is Preston, a station I've only been to for a little bit, which was 2-3 years ago. It's very big, very grandiose. It's got a lovely station building. It's lovely, lovely like arched roof, and I really quite like it. It's also the West Coast mainland, so it's got plenty of action. I think there's a couple of yards nearby. I do remember when I went, a big rail tour train went through. I think it was 247s on the front of it. I've not been to Preston in a couple of years. I've only been once, as I say, but I do like it, so I will put Preston in B tier. Yeah, Carlisle's a bit bigger and closer, and I've not been to Preston as much. Next up is Wigan Northwestern, one of the 2 Wigan stations. I've not been to Wigan Walgate though. I quite like it's an alright. Wigan's an alright station. It's kind of near the city, I think, but it's small and Wigan's not the biggest city, but it's kind of like almost like a station you need a bit of a bigger station for. I mean, I don't know how far out from Liverpool it is, but I think it's probably an hour, and it's a bit of a commuter settlement. I guess they don't need a huge station, but it's a bit disappointing. They do get a lot of fast action, but I'm going to put Wigan in D tier. Next up is Liverpool Lime Street, a fantastic station. That is a beautiful station roof. Like it arches across the whole station. I think there's one point in the middle where it meets. The concourse is really good. It's got a lot of good shops, and it's next to the city, so there's plenty of stuff to access. And there's taxi ranks, bus ranks, I think, outside. So there's a lot of good access, and it's got like toilets and stuff, as well as lower platforms for Merseyrail. So Liverpool Lime Street can go in A tier as well. In fact, we will have our first S tier station, and in fact I will promote a couple. I know I'm making changes, but I'm going to put these for Glasgow Central, Glasgow Queen Street, and Edinburgh Waverley are all going up to S tier along with Liverpool Lime Street. Excuse me. Next up, I know we're kind of jumping about. This is a random order, as you can see. Next up is Wolverton. So this station's 4 platforms, but I'm pretty sure only 2 of them get served. So these 2 platforms here get served by Northern North Western, and you get the trains going to Birmingham and Crewe, and then on the other way to London. But the other 2 platforms are basically where the express trains go. I don't really know what the point of them is, and don't know if they were used before. I mean, Wolverton's a very historical town. I think it's got a lot of railway history. In fact, I'm pretty sure it boasts about being the first railway town in the UK. It is fantastic, fantastic for train spotting. Like it's on a curve, so you get the Pendolinos and now the Averos, and even before the Voyagers, barreling through on like bending around the curve, which is gorgeous. You get obviously the good service to London and Birmingham and Crewe and other destinations, and Liverpool possibly. You get a lot of freight action, rail tour action, and it's kind of near. I think there's a Tesco nearby as well, which is obviously good for shops and stuff. There's a station building. It was closed for a while. I don't know if it's reopened or not, but if it has reopened, then it's a good place to go. So I will put Wolverton in C. It's not a good station. It's a good station for commuters, but not for like waiting around for a long time. But it's got a lot of train spotting action, which brings it up. Next up is Milton Keynes Central, just ahead of Wolverton. It's really, really big. It's got a really cool modern sort of building. There's a lot of cafes outside of it, and there's really big bus ranks. It's got 6 platforms. No, they're all through platforms, but they have got like trains terminate there. You get a really lot of good freight train action and a lot of passenger train action, and it's like really good for fast trains because they all got 125 miles an hour straight through. So Milton Keynes Central is going to go in A tier. Yeah, Milton Keynes Central goes A tier. It's a fantastic train spotting station. It's got more than Wolverton naturally since it's in the city centre. Next up is York, East Coast Mainline station. I've actually been to, apart from a station you will see later on, which I think you can spy here. York has a lot of history. Also, it's got the National Railway Museum next to it. The buildings are really, really cool. They're very traditional looking, like nostalgic. It's got tons of terminus platforms, tons of flow through platforms. It's got a lot of freight train action, and it's pretty. Yeah, it's next to the city. I mean, there's like quite literally, I think 3 hotels like next to it, and like rent apartments you can rent, which I've been in before. Next to it, and it's in a really good location. So York can go, and I'm putting it there, but I'm going to move it up to S tier actually. Yep, York, I really like a station. Next up is Bletchley, I believe. I'm still checking, but I'm pretty sure it's Bletchley. Bletchley is a great station. Small, but it doesn't need to be big again. It's just a commuter settlement for London. It's got quite a few platforms. Not sure if all of them are used again. It's now got an extra service now, which goes obviously the Marston Vale line, which goes from Bletchley to Bedford. Obviously, I made a video not rating it, but I took a train to Bedford. So it's got a lot of good access to stuff, and I don't think it's got great facilities. I don't actually think it has toilets or anything, so that marks it down slightly. But it's gonna go C tier for train spotting. Again, it's like these West Coast Mainline train stations are getting a lot of marks up for the train spotting action because they're brilliant. Next up is Leighton Buzzard. Yep, Leighton Buzzard. It's hard to tell from these pictures. Like I know I copied them off the internet, but it's hard to tell what angle I'm looking at. Leighton Buzzard is, and again, probably the same as Bletchley. I'll put it up same C tier, same sort of same fast train action again. Leighton Buzzard. The one time I went for train spotting, it was a strike day, so there was nothing passing. I think I had to wait. I think I was there for 2 or 3 hours, and in that time I saw 4 trains, and I think it was 366s and 9A, and then I think also there was a mail train as well. I'm pretty sure actually it was my last time I ever saw a Royal Mail train. Yeah, both these are very similar stations. Bletchley is a bit bigger, but Leighton Buzzard is still a good station. Next up is Bedford. Would have been better if I linked Bedford and Bletchley. Bedford is the only Midland Mainline station. Actually, no, it's not the only Midland Mainline station I've been to, but it's not. It's next near. It's God, what am I saying? It's got a lot to offer. It's got a terminus platform where the Marston Vale line trains go, and then it's got other mainline platforms where Midland Mainline trains go. You've got Thameslink as well. I think you can catch trains to, obviously 2 trains to London. I think you can get London Bridge. I might be wrong with that. And you can go to St Pancras. You get a lot. I think you used to get the Meridians obviously speeding through, which is what I saw when I went. but now you're getting 810s, Auroras, which is very cool. This station can go B tier. Bedford is a good station and ranks, so yeah, along with these guys. Next up is Cheddington. I think Cheddington's a very underrated station. It's very scenic. It's like a straight, so you can see exactly when trains are coming. It's obviously very quiet, so it's you're gonna get like good train spotting without it being fully interrupted, and it's really picturesque, as I say. The one complaint is it's obviously not really near. It's not really. It's very rural, so it's not really near a city. I don't actually know what Cheddington the city looks like, so that marks it down. And I think I'm going to put it D tier because Leighton Buzzard and Bletchley are actually near the cities, and Cheddington isn't. So, and Cheddington's kind of fairly inaccessible from that. Next up is the first of many London stations, London Euston. Excuse me. London Euston is the West Coast Main Line terminus. It's got, obviously this picture you can see a Virgin Pendolino. Now it's served by Avanti, it's served by London North Western, and you can get overground trains. And then of course it connects you to the capital of England, where you can catch loads of underground trains. Quite a good facilities. It's got a really big concourse, which is perfect. It's got a great departure board right in the middle, so you can see everything. And I like London Euston, so I'm gonna put it in S tier. And you get realtors and stuff, and the Caledonian Sleeper, which is cool. So it's got a decent amount of action. Next up is the other East Coast mainline station I've been to, which is London King's Cross. King's Cross got a lot going for it. It's like classic, and then you go in the middle and it's modern. I mean, that picture there, I don't really know what it is, to be honest, but it's like the station's thing kind of almost looks like Lynn by the Sea, if you know, from Stepford County Railway. I like the feeling of London King's Cross. As I say, it's got that classic feeling, but then you get in the middle and it's like very upbeat and modern. It's got good shops and restaurants. And it's ideal for if you're catching a long train away. I've been once, and it's not great for train spotting though, because there's a lot of ticket barriers, and it's probably one of these stations you have to get a ticket card for. But I will put it in S tier. Like, it's a great station, and I don't think anyone would. I think anyone would hate me if I put it in the A tier or anything. But it's very nice, and it's served by many operators like Great Northern, Grand Central, and London LNER, London North Eastern Railway as well. So. Next up is London St Pancras International, the only train station I think on this one that serves another country. I don't think, well, it's possibly, that's just, I mean, Wales is served by Milton Keynes Central and London Euston and stuff, but like, you know what I mean, it's obviously you go through the Channel Tunnel and you can get to France. St Pancras, in terms of train spotting, is pretty much impossible. I mean, you're not going to be allowed to go on the Eurostar platforms, obviously, just to train spot. I mean, you'd obviously have to like basically legally breach without using passport control. Which you also wouldn't be allowed to do. I mean, it's very, when I walked in, it was kind of like overwhelmingly like high security, which obviously I kind of should have expected. But in terms of the other commuter trains, you can get Midland Mainline trains, not Midland Mainline trains, I'm being stupid. Sorry, East Midland Railway trains, which I believe are 360s, were 222s, possibly still right just now as a recording, but also now mainly the Aurora 810s are serving them, so you can connect to loads of other trains like other stations like I think Nottingham and Derby, Leicester, and like Corby and stuff. So St Pancras is a lot. It's going to rank slightly lower than S tier. It's going to be A tier just because it's not as easy to train spot at, but it does make sense. So I'm not saying they should let people on the platforms to watch the Eurostars go. So next up is Charing Cross, kind of more in the centre of London. It's smaller than most of the stations than the London category that I've got here. It's kind of, I think it's only 4 or 5 platforms. I mean, you can see the trains, the trains that are there. I think when I went, it's 466, there's 465, there's a 376, there's 375s and stuff. So it's got a lot to offer. It's not a fully it's not train spotter friendly though. When I went, I think I got told I had to I couldn't film. I had to sign in at Network Rail, which is it's a bit annoying. I understand it, but it's still annoying. But it's near the centre, and it's obviously got underground platforms as well, like all these London stations will. But I'm going to rank it lower than St Pancras and put it B tier. St Pancras obviously goes to another country entirely, and it's very cool, like very nice building. And kind of, to be honest, Charing Cross kind of feels like it lacks that kind of stature, if you know what I mean. Next up is Marylebone. I think, to be honest, the train might have the newest relivery trains. I mean, the 68s at the Mark 5s. I mean, it's nice to see the Mark 5s back at back in action. Marylebone, I'm going to put in A tier along with No, I will not actually. I will put it in S tier. It's actually transporter friendly. Like you have to sign in, but it's nothing like you have to take a mugshot or anything. For Network Rail, like to get a pass, it's very cool. It's got a lot of. It's got this diesel action only. I mean, these stations like that one, that's electric. That's electric. That's electric, and that's electric. Um, like you got these ones are all like wiring and catenary, and then that one's third rail. But this is the only station I believe in London that's pretty much served diesel only. You got the 68s, 165s, 166s, 168s, 169s, I think. And it's really cool. And when I went, it's like a very nice, pretty state-looking station building, very vintage and classic, and like a very nice station, but roof and good concourse and shops, and it's very easy to. It's kind of easy to navigate as well, and like see where like the underground and stuff is, and the underground lines. Next up is Waterloo. I'm gonna check that out. I think it's Waterloo. Uh, God, this is. Nope, sorry, it's Liverpool Street, London Liverpool Street. I know I'm kind of like unorganised. I've just kind of ranked this in a really bad way. Not ranked this, organised this, but I want to post it. So Liverpool Street, obviously you can see it's got a huge concourse. Very busy, obviously. Served by Greater Anglia and I believe London Overground and C2C or City to City. I don't actually know what it's called, to be honest. It's one of the ones with the 357s. You get so obviously Greater Anglia in like serves plenty of stations in the Midlands. So I think you can get trains to Norwich, and sorry, all my knowledge is out of me of stations. I can just think of Norwich from when I went. So I don't. It's a very nice station. And it's basically just. I think one of the things I complain about is when you get into the platforms, it's very suburban. Like it feels like the lower levels of like Glasgow's Queen Street. Like it's kind of dark and dingy. I mean, I think obviously most people would wait in the concourse, but that's going to mark it down slightly, and it's going to go B tier, and it's obviously very hard to train spot, but it's decent. Next up is London Victoria, I believe. I think this took this. I'm pretty sure this is Victoria. Nope, it is Victoria because I've just seen the last three and I recognise it. Victoria, yeah, Victoria took me ages to find a picture that wasn't a stock photo. I like Victoria. It feels like I think out of all the stations, it feels like the most in London. It feels like the most vintage and classic. Like it's very pretty, very. It's got a wide array of trains that served by quite a few operators: Southern, Southeastern, Gatwick Express. That's another one. Yep. And you got a lot of freight, not freight, passenger action, like rail tour action. Like I'm pretty sure the God, what's his name? Bellman Pullman, yeah, serves it with two Class 67s, and all the time, and that serves it a lot. And I've seen quite a few steam trains there. I've not been train spotting fully there. I've been through it quite a few times though, and I quite like it. So I will put it in S tier again. The London stations, just and the terminus stations, is basically what it is. Next up is Paddington, not the bear, sorry, the station. I mean, it does have the Paddington Bear there, to be fair. I mean, obviously it's an iconic landmark now. It's and London Paddington's a great station. It's very grand. I mean, in Train World, it's possibly my favourite London station in the game. It feels like the most cool, like with the new remaster, the HST start thrashing in there is really cool. So you've got a good. It's great. These stations, London stations, are great. Like the London Victoria and Paddington, obviously serve Heathrow and Gatwick Airport. So it's great airport action, a great connection to airports, and you get Great Western Railway is the main operator there, so you can access the coast. You can get to Penzance and Devon and Plymouth really easily. So Paddington's also going to go up to S tier as well because these London stations are great for the way that they serve the country and the city itself. Like they feel like the ones that make you like that you can access great all the stuff with like all the other cities. I mean, Charing Cross did the same with the Kentish area, but these guys they they get you to the big main cities really fast, which is really good. Next up, out of last one for the London stations is Waterloo. I've been to the station quite a few times and I really like it. Like it's got that classic vibe to it. I mean, it feels nostalgic almost. Like they've kept and maintained the old Eurostar platforms, and now obviously Southwestern trains serve there. I think actually Southwestern's the only operator in there. Yeah, because Southwestern also has a wide array of trains. You got 458s, 450s, 444s. 158s, 159s, and they've got so many destinations like Portsmouth, Bournemouth, Southampton, and yep, Waterloo serves a lot of those, and it's obviously got underground access, and it's really, really cool. In fact, I think it's the biggest station in the UK, which is really cool, and obviously that's just going to get even more marks, so it's going to go S tier. Not a great train station to train spot at, but it has access to train stations that you can train spot at. And now we've got the last three. So these are the three, I think these are the three most recent stations I've been to, possibly. So we'll start off with Clapham Junction, which I've been to twice now. Bloody love it. It's just going to go straight, oh god, what have I dropped it? Straight into S tier. It's got 16 platforms, possibly 17. It's got served by Southern, South Western, London Overground, and I think that's it, yeah. And it's just brilliant. Like, it's got a depot right there where all the trains are stored, so that's great for picture taking. A lot of freight action, so, perfect. A lot of rail tour action usually as well. It's got obviously quite a few fast trains occasionally, not like the fastest, but kind of cool to see, hear the third rail clacking. And it also, that one of the things I think it can boast that none of the other stations can, right underneath the London the London pathway to Heathrow Airport, so you get all these huge planes flying over. Like when I was there once, I think I had A380s flying overhead, and it's just really cool. So yeah, Clapham Junction, I'd say, is faultless. It's like next to London, obviously, and it's got great facilities. It's good toilets access. There's good toilets there, obviously. For such a big station, it's a commuter settlement. So Clapham Junction has a lot going for it, and it's possibly one of the highest ranked stations in S tier, because I really, really like it. Penultimately, this is the newest station that I've been to. Not new station, this is the latest station that's added to this collection, which is Stratford. Stratford, I didn't like it at first, but I quite like it now. You've got London Overground, Greater Anglia, and you've got then the DLR, the Docklands Light Railway. You've got the Elizabeth Line. You've got underground services, and yeah, it's got a lot going for it. It's got a lot of good connection. I mean, it's just outside London Liverpool Street, which is great. And then you've got freight action. I mean, you can get to loads of other destinations. I mean, you can get to Clapham Junction from Stratford if you catch the God, what's the line called? Oh god, I forgot the name of it. It's in Trenton World. That's going to annoy me, but if it comes to my mind, I'll think of it. Mildmay Line. Yep, there it is, Mildmay Line. That's really cool. And the DLR I've been on, which was cool until I went in the wrong way and really missed Stratford entirely. But I'll put it in A tier. It's not the biggest station compared to these guys, but it's got a lot of really cool things. And it's right next to Westfield Shopping Centre, I think it is. I think it's Westfield. I might be wrong with that. So obviously that's great facilities there. A really cool shopping centre. So yeah, Stratford goes A tier, which leaves us with one, and there's a particular reason I've saved this one for last. It is Derby, and I think I don't need to say any more. The Greatest Gathering. That's the three words that sum up Derby. When I went, obviously there was a lot more action than normal. It's quieter now, but Derby has had a lot of action there, and the accommodations that they made. I'm guessing obviously it was for Greatest Gathering, but they put special transport zones up. And obviously, I know that was for the Greatest Gathering, but I'm guessing that they've done that just because they know how important it is to us. It was really, I don't know if it was who it was actually, whether it was the actual event organisers or the station staff. But if it was station staff, that's beautiful. The fantastic, it's a really cool station. It's very modern, and I really like Derby. It's one of the things I like is it's very clear. There's no not too many overhangs. I mean, also you can see that there's shelters, but there's clear parts where you can walk out onto the platform if you want to get a good shot of a train, and it's next to Derby Litchurch Depot, I think it's called. So it just means you can see all the stuff coming out, all heading in, and you can get access to loads of other big cities. So Derby is gonna go in A tier. Right, that is my tier list. Positively, no train stations in F tier. The only two lowest ranking ones are Tweedbank and Lookers. But yeah, that is my tier list of every train station I've been to, all 46. From ones I've been to many, many times to ones I've been to once. I know that's not the most fair ranking, but yeah. So thank you very much for watching. In terms of if I will do another tier list video, I'm possibly going to try and do another, but this one's taken a long time to prepare. So I'm really happy with how this has gone. I'm glad this is recorded. I don't know if I have any other long form content coming out. I'm going to the Glasgow Model Railway show this weekend, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, I'm happy to have finally got another tier list video out to you guys. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great week, and yep, see you in the next video. Cheers.